Hello there, traveler. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. So, today, well, this evening for me, late evening, I didn't have my computer mouse. So, for this stream, I'm going to record me, basically going over this drawing here with my Sumi-E brush pens. Although I don't know if that's what they're called, but that's what I'm calling them. So yeah, so this time I'm gonna show you my little technique here. Basically I put together this drawing today. Oh man, you guys are close, huh? Right next to me. I put together this drawing here. This is gonna be interesting. I put together this drawing here today, and essentially I'm gonna be tracing over what I did with my pencil with these brush pens. So my technique is basically gonna be put together the drawing with the pencil, then brush pen over it using this light board, and then I'm gonna pull the light board painted brush pen into Photoshop and then paint each drawing with the different sorts of painting watercolor paintings that tools that I have in Photoshop, and do editing and stuff in there, essentially. So this drawing is the Lure of the Kami, which is one of the event cards in the game. So I'm trying to put together some of the drawings as I kind of move through the, what I'm working on here, essentially. Because now that the game is underway, now I feel like I have free reign to work on the art. And I have to work on the art, because without the art, the game wouldn't really come together fully. The art is a very important part of the game, for sure. I think it's an important part of every game, the art, right? Very important. So, I'm gonna reposition the camera so you guys can see me using my brush technique here. See if I can get, maybe I can get a good, I don't know if this is optimal, but we'll see how it goes. We'll try something new this time. Yeah, I don't have the highest quality camera of all time, but that's not important. I don't really need to tape down the whole thing technically, but I'll just leave it like that. Actually, I might do it. Get it a little tighter on here. Just for me personally, I gotta. So I'm gonna try to do this in an hour. I think I probably can. I don't know how well it's gonna come out. I might have to redo it again if it doesn't come out how I want it to. But for now, Let's play around this here. I wish I could get the image a little clearer, but I don't think I'll be able to. See if that helps me any. Now this is just my technique, you know? This is just the way that I'm gonna go about doing this. Because in the end, everybody's gonna put together their art and their projects and everything else differently. But for me, this is my way of doing it. This is what I'm doing. And this is what I'm gonna do for the entire project, most likely. The entire game. Check out my different brushes here. I think I might start with the Micron pen. This number 3 one. Oh, you know what? I have one other brush that I was using for my other drawings. Essentially, yeah, I have this this brush pen here. This one's pretty nice. I really like this Micron brush pen. Alright, so this is Lure of the Kami. Or at least that's what the card is called. When it's done, it's going to be Lure of the Kami. And it's essentially supposed to depict... I felt like a fox was like a good depiction of what a kami like would be. Like you wear like a kami mask or something like that. So that is what I used. So let's see how I can make this. I can make this come out. So I'm trying to use these brush pens essentially because I think it kind of gives a more like genuine feel to the piece, you know? Because this is like supposed to be like Japanese style board game. And these brush pens were what they used to use. I mean, they weren't using it the way that I'm using it. Oh, do you know what I forgot to do? I think I forgot to put this under board game. Hold on one second. Yeah, I don't have my mouse, so just give me 1 second. I want to see if I can make sure this is under under the board game category. Actually, I don't even think I'm gonna be able to check that with the way things are here. Let's see. Check here. Check it here. Oh, it is under board games. Okay. Because that's what we're doing. Anyways. So yeah, so basically these brush pens, these like I was gonna use the Sumi-E style brushes that I have here with the ink, but you know, for now I don't really have the place to set up all that, and my drawing for the Path of Senshi cover was done with these brush pens, and I kind of liked how it came out, so I'm just going ahead and I'm going to use these for now and see how it all turns out. This might just be like a draft one. I might not actually use this one in the final. We'll see how it comes out. The nice part about these brush pens and using this technique, it doesn't really need to be like a perfect drawing, you know. And I don't want it to be perfect, obviously. Like I want the imperfection aspects, because I think that kind of makes it feel a little more genuine. So yeah, so basically I'm gonna go in and do this with each of the drawings that I put together, and then I'll pull it into Photoshop and kind of give it color and shadow and all sorts of stuff. And I think I'll do maybe like three of these for the website. So once that's up, I'll have these 3 done for the website. Like 3 drawings maybe, and then I can kind of show you what the finished product of maybe one of these looks like at that time. I'm gonna just kind of play around with this a little bit. Yeah, so the actual drawing I didn't need to really be perfect, you know, because when it comes down to it, I knew I was just gonna end up going over it with this like trace. And yeah, see how it comes out at the end of it. I'm just kind of playing around with different techniques, you know, like trying to see what really fits what the board game will be. I thought that this was the best way to go about it, though, because, you know, when it comes down to it, this was at least pretty similar to how they put together those old Japanese paintings back in the day. Back in the day. I don't even want to touch the hands, to be honest. I hate hands. Every time I do hands for anything, it's just an absolute mess. So I'm not even going to try to touch that at the moment. And maybe I might need the micron for the, like a different micron, obviously, for the sword. This is much steadier than working on the train, you know? I wish I could do the blade a little better. I must do the blade justice. Oh no! It's alright. It's alright. No big deal. There can be imperfections. Maybe some. Maybe some I won't like. And I'll have to redo the whole thing again, but we'll see how I like it. So, yeah.
Just
I'm okay with a couple mistakes. What'd you say?
Just play around with the bamboo.
With the bamboo?
No, because, look.
Well, that's not... Oh, I see what you're saying. Like, yeah, like... Well, this actually isn't bamboo behind it. These are trees. Some of the scenes had bamboo, though. Well, it's supposed to be trees, at least. And you know, this gives me practice with these brush pens, because these are pretty fun to use overall. I probably should have put, like, in the description, oh, this is brush painting or brush pen drawing, you know? I didn't do that, obviously. Whoa! Where are you going? You little bastard. These ones are really fun to use. These aren't the Micron pens, but these are the, like these like Japanese, well, actually technically these are all Japanese. I'm pretty sure Micron is a Japanese-based brand. Yeah. Which is pretty cool. You probably can't even read that. Nope, you can't read that at all. But they're Japanese-based, which is pretty fun. Those are what I used to use in school. But these are sick. I love these things. I don't even know what I'm gonna do with this. Let's see. Sometimes you could do these like... Hey, get out of here. Sometimes you could do these like fun things. I might do it with like a background tree, but kind of come in sideways a little bit. Yeah, you can do like really cool stuff like that. I like really like doing that. These are super fun to play around with. And I don't know any technique or nothing like nothing. I mean, I guess I kind of do. I guess I've been slightly trained in how to draw, you know, to an extent. But these kinds of things are fun to do. I think you can get some pretty cool effects with this. It doesn't even have to be perfect. Oops. Yeah, that was a little thicker than I wanted to lay it on. It's alright though. I think in the end, some of these these mistakes, it's just gonna kind of like blend right into the imperfection of the type of art style. If you know what I mean. Yeah, honestly, I could probably just do most of the trees like this and just live with that. You know what I mean? It's a pretty cool like texture to have going for the trees. Do this one up like that. And I love this like light board. This is just like such a cool and honestly just like massively useful tool rather than doing every single little thing by like hand, you know? I mean, not by hand, but every little thing, like every line, like I can practice with this. I can do my drawing and then redraw over it rather than having to draw on the original. Like, because if you draw on the original, that thing is done for, especially if you mess up. And that's not fun. And this definitely beats drawing on like a plain piece of paper. Like the paper under this is like a plain piece, but this one's kind of a thicker cardstock, you know, so it could absorb the ink a little more nicely, I'd say. Yeah, I'll give these trees a little. Oops. I'll give these trees a little edge to them. Yeah, this I can kind of like. That's fun. Yeah, so I really want the art to speak in the game too, you know what I mean? Like when it's done, when all is said and done, I want the last thing art-wise done by my hand, you know what I mean? Like I used a reference for the image itself. I mean, I'm obviously, you know, I can't really come up with this stuff like perfectly draw it in my head. I kind of need to see a little bit of a reference, so I kind of use the reference, obviously. But trying to make that cohesive, you know, like trying to transform these references into something that's cohesive for a game, I think is going to be a little challenge. But I think that using the same technique over and over, I think will kind of give it that, you know, that connection is what I'm hoping for, at least. So in the final art, everything will have been put together in the same fashion, and then that'll kind of bring it all together as well. At least that's the plan. We'll see how all that goes. I don't know if you guys can, or the one person that's watching can see this. I think they can. Yeah, I got a pretty good view, actually. It's a pretty good shot. I'm glad I got the camera set up like this. This is a little more interesting than the usual streams, right? A little more exciting, maybe? I don't know. Maybe it's not exciting. Who the hell knows, really? Maybe this is my one what do you call it? My one stalker that always comes into my stream that I mysteriously never know. Welcome. If you're here for the music, welcome for the music. I really like this music, especially when I'm working. It really helps me focus. See, that looks pretty good to me. I'm happy with that. Yeah, I think it might be best. Oh, I touched. See, fucked up right there. I really think that I should probably focus on these trees first, because when it comes down to it in the end, I'm gonna have to paint over this guy, and I don't want to have to, like, you know, dilly-dally around him. Dilly-dally around the guy. And I wish this paper would stay down a little bit so I can see the trees. Does that help me? Woo! Super bright. Helps a little bit. Man, that looks sick on the screen, you know what I mean? That looks really cool from the camera. From my view, it looks cool, but it looks way cooler on the camera. I don't know why. Alright, now this is gonna be its own thing. That might be like a kind of a weird one. I want to try it, but I'm nervous. I'm nervous to try that. I know what I want to do with that, but let's see. We'll stick with the easy stuff for now, like the trees, because I'm having fun with those. And stuff that's like organic, like trees and things like that, that's always pretty easy to do. Oh well, to be fair, I do like basically draw trees for a living, so. Not really. Not really. But I'm a tree guy, as they say. Tree hugger! At the far from the forest, say widow. That's what he said, and then I went into his prison and shot him with an arrow for the Dark Brotherhood. He didn't live very long, that guy. Ooh. Ooh, that's pretty. Huh? Wow. Look at that. Coolio. Am I gonna try this fox? I think the fox I'm gonna have to touch with the... Not this pen. This pen is way too organic. And I guess the fox is organic, but I think this is more of like a tree pen, I'd say. This is my opinion. That looks pretty good so far. So let's switch pens to another pen. How about this one? Man, that one's thick. I don't know about that. That one looks thick. This guy also is kind of thick. Alright, I might have to pass on these other pens here. I might have to go for one of my, This is just like the class. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do that sun. I'm gonna try to do that sun there. With the, with this one. See if my idea kind of works here. Just want... Oh, it's not really working. Just have to, like, pet it a little bit. Oh, man. That's gonna be tough. I'm gonna have to get up. I'm gonna have to get up for that. I definitely messed up that one side. That was not what I intended. Yeah, it might still work. If I do the other sides just as well. I don't know if this is gonna read as a sun until I use the watercolor paint on it. It might read a little sun. That didn't come out too bad. Could have been worse. Could have been worse for sure. Maybe I'll give that hard edge on the inside. What's this? Is this the graphic one? Okay, so the graphic pen. Yeah, it's probably a good one for this. So I'm thinking of how I want to maybe organize these streams. I think maybe some days I'll do a stream like this, where I'm painting a new card, or I'm doing something like that. And then other ones, maybe I'll do a, you know, I'll just talk. I fucked that up, but whatever. Maybe I'll play some games or something like that. That's not too bad. That shouldn't come out too bad. I kind of wish that the way this kind of blends in, I might have to add a little more meat around the outside here. Let's see. Yeah, let me add this one. Let's see. I have to do it with the camera in my way. Oh man. Alright, you're moving, camera. Alright, you can stay right there. I'm just gonna stand behind you. This to come out. Sorry if you can't see. People of the camera view. Let's see. Just touch, just very lightly. Very lightly. Chef's kiss kind of touch, you know? Chef's kiss, chef's kiss. Keep it clean, chef. This pen just wants to touch down. All right, that's not too bad. It's not too bad. It looks kind of weird in the from the camera actually, but I think it's good from my view here. And we'll see how it comes out in the end. Could always redo this one. No big deal. I'm practicing as well. This is new. Let's try this here. Let's get this temple in the background. Oh, do you know what? I'm not really like adding the depth. Actually, nah. It's all good. This is good practice anyway. Although I may or may not redo this one. Because I in my main image, I kind of mixed between the micron ones and this, because if you use ones like these, like if you usually want to use smaller pens in the background, like skinnier ones, like ones that have less thickness, because that kind of makes things in the that's what makes the depth, like kind of adds a little depth to the image. If you use all the same line weight, you lose that depth aspect of it. But in this case, it's fine. It's no big deal. I'm just kind of playing around right now anyway. And honestly, when it's all said and done, it's gonna look so cool. And I could just really fade that out in the back in Photoshop, you know. You could also use opacity to kind of fade stuff into the back. That also works. It doesn't all have to be done by. There's like so many techniques to do everything in the world, and I bet people don't even know that. I bet people are like, oh, you could do art like this. You gotta do it like this. No, you can do it any way you want. As long as it like comes out, you know, in the way that you want it to come out, right? That's all that really matters. Because it's your creation in the end. However your vision manifests itself. That's kind of what I've been realizing. Kind of been realizing it's just kind of however you manifest your vision. The rest doesn't matter. And for those that don't know, when I'm done with this game, it'll be free on probably on Tabletop Simulator. That was a mistake for sure, but I could just erase those out. No big deal. Let's... I'm gonna use a different one. It's Foxy. Foxy here. Because I feel like this thing is a lot more fragile. Not too bad. Trying to get a decent stroke going with it. You don't want to touch it up too much after you've kind of like laid the pen down, because I think you kind of end up messing it up more than it gets messed up. Terrible. Can't believe I did that. My finger slipped. Forgive me, ink pen. Alright. That's pretty good. I'll probably use a different one for his eyes. I might use the brush pen for his eyes. Although that might be a mistake. We'll find out right now. Damn. Not awful, but... too bad. Let's see if I can actually came out pretty good. Didn't come out too bad, that one. Alright, now I'll get back to the I'm gonna darken this side. I might be able to get another. It's kind of cute looking, huh? Alright. Let's switch to this graphic pen again. Hey! Hi! Hi there! Are you cold? What?
Not 77.
What?
Should be 17.
What's 17? Well, what's 77? Oh, the number? Well, you can change it. I see what you mean. I don't really love this graphic pen, to be honest. It's like a little too... I don't know what it is, but I'm already using it on this Fox, so I'm gonna kind of stick with it. It's not too bad. It's doing a decent job, I think. It kind of feels like a marker to me, though. Doesn't feel like has that flair that like one of the other pens is not as fun. It's not as fun as the other pens. Maybe I'll do something fun with his tail. Let me use a different pen for his tail. Let's see what we got. I might go back to this brush pen. My favorite brush pen, the Micron brush. This is certainly one of my favorite pens for this kind of stuff. Let's see how this goes. Oh my gosh, yeah. I should have been using this the whole time. It just makes the fur look like... Gives that nice little touch. Man, I kind of wish I used it the whole time now. Kind of wish I used it the whole time. See, that just looks like fur, man. It's so sick. I mean, I guess I could just kind of go over this, right? It's all black. Maybe even this I'll go over. How's that? That's pretty good. Kind of just gives it a couple more hairs. Kind of fills in the empty space a little. I see the ear got kind of messed up, like I only did the soft fur on this side. Probably should have done the same over here. That's alright though. The original Fox looked kind of like concerned. This one, I mean, kind of a little more happy. This one looks like concerned. Like, oh my gosh, I gotta deal with this guy right now. That's kind of the face it's giving. I gotta deal with this dude. This guy's trying to touch me right now. With like, I don't know if I want to touch. I don't know if I want to touch you, man. It's kind of the vibe the face gives. So funny. That's right. And for here, I'll kind of just give him a little brush in his paw. Yeah. Pretty nice. Pretty cool looking, I think. It's a little thick. It's a little dark. It's okay. No big deal. What am I looking at? I can't even see that part. Let's see. No, didn't scan very well, that's why. Yeah, I think the I'm trying to think of when I'll next do another playtest. I gotta edit the board game and stuff, but this is important too because I want to have the website set up in case, you know, anyone asks about the game, so I can maybe get some people interested. I would like to get people interested, people that are into this sort of thing. Who knows? I'm into this thing, so maybe someone else is as well. But basically, the website it's going to be like kind of a hub, so people can, you know, give their get like kind of an email list. You know, I think that's important. And then I can kind of, I think emails are a little more professional. You know, like I have a Discord. You know, just kind of me and my friends on it right now. No one, no. Oh, fuck, man, that was terrible. It's just me and my friends in the Discord right now, and they just kind of basically just wait for me to have updates about the game. That's kind of what it was for anyway. It's kind of for me to keep a hub of different stuff happening with the game, but there's not enough people in it that it really even matters right now. I try to post like when I'm going to do a playtest, and I think that my videos, I think that my VODs and stuff kind of go there. And they notify, but I don't know. I don't really have it that fully set up right now. There's a couple more trees in the background here, so I'm gonna have to switch over to my that fun brush. I start doing those ones in the back. Yeah, when the I'm thinking after I get the website set up, then I can finish the final like rules. You know, make the adjustments to the rules that I did the last time. A couple of the because see, I took out a lot of the original art, and I wanted to have at least like some drawn placeholders. I might not go through to this extent. I might just draw the art in pencil, and then like place that in the image's place, like in the on the cards, at least temporarily, and then I'll just like methodically go through each one and create its final form, as they would say. But and then after I do that, because I got to work on the I got to work on everything obviously, but I got to work on the character cards, the NPCs, because they need a slight adjustment. I was gonna try to have them have their weapons impact the game, and now let's work on this guy, and then this picture should be pretty decent. I think this graphic will be pretty decent after that. Let's see. Yeah, so the NPCs themselves need slight adjustments because of how it played, and since the last playtest, which might still be a VOD, I have no clue how that works. It seems like the VODs are like a temporary thing, but I don't know how temporary. Once I get the website done, I'm gonna make the adjustments to the game, and then we'll do another playtest. Which I'm hoping I can have done in like 2 weeks, but I don't know. That's kind of a sometimes that's a short. I always think I can get done with stuff faster than it turns out being. Like I was talking about doing my playtest a while ago on you know, I was writing updates in the Discord. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do this playtest in 2 weeks, and then it ended up being like a month and a half because there's just like was just so much I had to adjust. And then the last night before the playtest, I stayed up all night trying to update stuff, which was also fun. But you know, sometimes you gotta pull all-nighters for the thing you care about, for the dream you're working on. So that's what mattered to me, and I was happy to do it. I wanted to do it. That was like one of the most important things to me, you know, doing those playtests, building this game. It's one of my, it's really something important to me. So I'm just gonna keep going with it. And I know that, well, I imagine someday that there'll be people that are like, you know, whatever they're gonna say about it, the haters, as they say, if there are any. I hope not. I hope everyone just enjoys my game, and can give feedback, and I can make adjustments. But I will say, sometimes, you know, the final judgment's gonna come down to me. I will make the final decision, because it's still gonna be. I still want it to be the best game. I still want it to be the best game. One of the best games ever made. Every game, everything that I put together is I try to make it as best as I can. If I care about it, of course. Sometimes I don't care about it, and then it doesn't come out being the best thing ever. That's for sure. But in this case, you know, this thing is all me. So. And it's been my dream for over a year now, in the making, over a year working on it. So just every day, you just keep pushing towards that end goal. Because, you know, a lot of projects that I've done, they always end up being like a short-term project. Like, I'll work on it a little bit, and then I kind of get tired with it. But in this case, it's not the case. This is probably one of the longest projects I've ever worked on continuously, just for myself. You know, just by myself. I mean, it's not only for me, but it is a big deal. I really just wanted to make something really awesome. That's what it's going to be. It's going to be... It's going to be one of the best games ever made when it's done. Make sure it has good balance. Make sure it has a good economy system. You know, make sure it's fun to play. And in case someone doesn't know, it's supposed to be a simultaneous game. I mean, no one's gonna know, really, right? I might as well just keep saying it. It's gonna be a simultaneous game. So not turn-based, because I don't know. I just feel like I haven't seen a lot of like simultaneous games, or if I have, they haven't worked very well. But the ones that do work well are really fun. You know, it's like there's never a dull moment, because you're working at your own pace, but you're kind of interacting with the other players, and that idea just really interested me a lot. Oh, what was that? Cool. I forgot I can just like manage my stream like right here. Very cool. Right on my desk here. Okay, so this will kind of connect under like that. Kind of gives his sleeves a little action. Always a little nervous around the head. Well, for the one person that's watching, I hope you're enjoying the stream so far. It's a simple one, but I hope you're enjoying it. I am enjoying it, so I am enjoying this time that I have to put this together. And I think on the website, like, I'm going to try to showcase like one of each card type, I suppose. I might not talk about the like how the cards function. I guess you could just play the game. I mean, you could see the playtest of the game, but yeah, I'm trying to think of like what amount of stuff I want to be like revealed on the website. You know? Because I never know, well, I'm not gonna say I never know what's too much, but I don't want to show too much, like, right off the thing. I'm gonna show the whole process of me putting the game together, but I'm not sure if I want to, like, reveal the rules right away or what. I haven't decided about that yet. I guess we'll see what comes in time. At least for the rule book, there's a couple of diagrams I want to make, because I feel like a lot of rule books, it's like just text. It's like a wall of text, and my brain does not like walls of text, I'll tell you that. So even me reading my own rule book at the moment is certainly annoying. So I'm gonna try to add some diagrams in there, and those diagrams I want to be like a real guide for it. But like I said, the game is still working on the different play tests, so it's gonna change over time. So I don't know if it's really like worth me even putting the rulebook out right away. And some stuff, I feel like it's kind of nice to build up a little hype and mystery around, because if you don't have any hype or mystery, then, you know, people won't really like care, right? So I think some stuff I want to keep a mystery, like the rulebook. I think I prefer that. I think that's a good. At least that's my thought. Maybe there's another opinion out there about it. But I think like showing stuff like this is fine, or even showing the playtest is fine, because you can kind of see how the game kind of works. And I'm happy to show that stuff. I think that stuff like that doesn't hurt anything. If anything, it gets people to want to play it if they enjoy watching it specifically. You know. And I think if I built enough trust or whatever, maybe I could have some people, you know, if my followers, you know, if I build enough followers, we could play test it together too. I think something like that would be pretty cool, actually. Something like that. And I'd like to get some like blind play tests too, where like I don't tell people, you know, I kind of build an inner, you know, maybe like an inner group or something. I'm just kind of talking out like off my mind, obviously, right now, but maybe there'd be a couple groups that can play test the game without me like saying anything about the game like mechanics. Like they can just kind of read the rulebook, because I think another thing is like testing the rulebook. Like if someone reads the rulebook, are they going to understand how the game actually functions? Sometimes I see people try to play the game, even my friends, you know, like we played it together, like they weren't playing right. There was a bunch of times they were not playing correctly, but that wasn't really the point. Sometimes the point isn't to play correctly, and sometimes the point is to just see how people are interacting with your game. Like how are they playing? Like what are they interpreting from it? Because then you can kind of be like, oh, that's an interesting thought, like that they had playing it like that. I mean, obviously you want to have that level of control of like people actually playing the game, but I think that comes with time. I think everything was like, it was our first time play testing the game, like this version in a pretty long time. Sorry if my hand's in the way. I'm trying to kind of like be out of the way as well while I do this. Yeah, sometimes people play test the game for the first time, and you never know what way it's gonna go. So during that playtest, we didn't even get to finish it. It was like 3 hours in, but I kind of spent some time explaining, and there's a learning curve to everything. Although I don't want the learning curve to be too steep, So I tried to keep the game somewhat simple. I don't know if it's really like simple. It's definitely like, it definitely has some like a decent amount of complexity, but I think it's like I'm trying to make it like a medium difficulty build game, like medium difficulty, where it's like someone that's played board games can pick it up because the mechanics are understandable, but it's also interesting enough to kind of like keep you engaged. Like I've mentioned before that combat is like one of those things where it's like you want the combat to be flowing good, but you want it to be interesting enough so it keeps the player engaged. Like not too simple. I don't know what I was doing with this leaf. I think this leaf got kind of just like caught out here. I think I might want to try to like attach it to that or something. I think I had intended this to be like some sort of like compound leaf, and maybe the scan didn't pick up the root. Well, it's not a root, you know what I mean. I don't need to say it. The lure of the kami. I think this is coming out pretty good, actually. Pretty happy with it. And the funny thing is, I kind of forget about where my mistakes are until I see them. Ugh. This guy's eye is going to be a little bit of a... This guy's whole face is going to be a little bit of a challenge. Man, faces scared me. Ooh. Yeah, that... I don't know how I feel about that. It's not too bad, I guess. It's not great. I guess his head is sort of turned, so... Not too big of a deal. I think his hair, I might try to do a similar technique I did with the trees, but maybe a little denser. A little denser. His ear is going to be his own sort of thing too. I have to look at his ear. I can't like visualize it. Oh yeah. I see it now. I kind of overtook it a little bit, actually. Yeah. I'm not very good at drawing human. I really have been trying though. I think it's better than... It definitely looks like a guy. So. I think when I add the color, it's also going to be, you know, a lot cleaner. The color really made the image pop out before. Actually, that's not even too bad. I'm not even that upset with that. Wow. I was able to draw a better hand with this paintbrush that yeah, well, yeah, basically it's a paintbrush. I was able to draw a better hand with this brush pen than I was with like my pencil. So funny. Sometimes the imperfection is just like a better thing. I dropped one of my pens. Alright, let's add some of these little details, little hillside here. I kind of have there. The shadow I'll probably add with yeah, the shadow I'll add with Photoshop with the color, I think. Probably be the best use of that. This this is kind of supposed to be like some shrubs. Some shrubs in the forest there. I don't know if that's reading as shrubs, but that's what it's supposed to be. You know, it's funny because I have one viewer, I feel like every stream, but sometimes they don't talk. Maybe it's a bot, I don't know. Well, if you are a real viewer, you're welcome to talk. You don't have to be scared. Or maybe you're talking and I just can't see it. But, don't fear. Don't fear to chat. I'm happy to chat as well. I'll try to pay attention to the chat, as a matter of fact. If I can. As I do this. I kind of might want to set up like a notification or something. And if you want to support the game, you're welcome to join my Discord. At least kind of shows interest. You know, I'll have the website set up soon. So maybe that'll be a little easier for people to access, because I know not everybody has Discord. That's just what made sense to me at the time when I put it together. And I'm gonna try to make shorts, I think. I don't really use TikTok and stuff like that. I've never been that kind of guy. To be completely honest with you, I'm just not like a social media guy. But I thought to do like shorts maybe, kind of get a little more exposure. I think that's part of the game. Get some exposure. But in some ways, I'm not in like a huge rush for that because the game isn't even really. I want to playtest the game again, so I will probably work on setting it up, but I don't think I'll set up fully the TikTok portion or the other, or any other social media. I was gonna try to work on the Instagram too, and maybe I don't know what else is there. Twitter. It's not called Twitter anymore. X. But I was thinking about setting those up as well in the future. This is actually looking pretty sick, to be honest with you. I'm actually like pretty happy. This guy's built isn't done though. I'm looking at it. This guy needs his belt. Yeah, this is sick. This is coming out really good. I'm pretty happy with this so far. A couple little minor things, but honestly, overall, it's sort of fine. Like I said, the imperfections don't always. Really, I even totally forgot about the sword. I mean, I just noticed it now. Yeah, this is looking pretty cool. And then when it's all painted, ugh, it's really gonna be sick. A lot of these are gonna be sick. I just have to, you know, this takes time. So, but look, I did this in one night. I put this together in one night, you know. And some of the drawings, you know, some might be more simple, might be more complex. I think this is more of on the simpler side. I think this is a simpler one. But I think that this looks really, really good for what I'm going for. The Lure of the Kami. What else? What else am I missing here? I guess there's some more little tree stuff going on up here, huh? Background there. Don't want to overdo it. But yeah, it looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that overall. Well, thank you, singular viewer, for sticking around. You're welcome to come back next time, because I think I'm about done with this. I'm gonna turn it off and we can take a look at it without the light board. Let's take a look at it. I think that came out pretty awesome. Not gonna lie, I'm pretty satisfied with that. Ooh. Tape's a little messed up. I could be missing a few little details here and there. I might take a look at it one more time. Maybe tomorrow? Or maybe I'll just leave it. Because once I pull it into Photoshop, I ain't pulling it out of Photoshop again. Let's see. I'll show it to the camera here. I think this is pretty good. That's pretty good. Oh, wait. I think that came out pretty good. What do you think? What do you think, singular viewer? You think this is a good start? I could try to show you the cover of the game later. I think that's pretty good. I think that gets exactly the vibe that I'm going for with some of these. I could have done a little better on like the perception. I think that it looks a little flat. I think I could have maybe made this guy a little darker and then kind of faded this stuff out in the back. But I could do that post. Like I could do that in Photoshop, really. I can make edits like that. But yeah, I think that came out pretty good. I hope you enjoyed that. I'll try to be back on tomorrow if I can. Oh my gosh, you're so close to me, camera. Or other people. Woo! 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 Sorry. We're getting a little excited. Cool. I'll just say a few more words here. Oh, there we go. Alright, sorry about that. We're back. Yeah, so, a few, like, final words, I think. Thank you for watching tonight. It was a quiet night. Quick night. Little drawing, little fun around that. And yeah, so I'm gonna try to make a roadmap sort of plan. I think that what I'd like to do is kind of have, you know, maybe some of these streams planned. Like maybe I'll do these a couple days, but honestly, the way my brain works is just like, oh, I'm ready to do this, I'm ready to do this, I'm ready to do this, and I'll just like do it. I just gotta do it like right away. I guess that's like the brain of a madman. The brain of a madman. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll probably see y'all tomorrow. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah. I don't have a mouse, so I'm using my phone to control this. Alrighty. Adios and huzzah. Adios and huzzah. Have a good one, everybody. Have a good one.